Hey guys, and welcome back to the first new video on the channel in about 4 weeks since I kicked off my short break. Thank you guys so much for all your positive comments on that break video. It really meant a lot that you guys all understood the reasons for the break and we're here to support the channel along the whole way. So today we're back to do a bit of a flashback video to something we did on the old Ford Ranger, which was find out the weight of the canopy setup by itself, so you can kind of work out how much weight you're adding to a vehicle like the D-Max. So to do that, we're going to go down to the local weighbridge and find out how much the whole package weighs together. Then I'll take the canopy off and then head back down and weigh the ute by itself. Do a bit of maths and find out the weight of that canopy setup. Now, if you're new to the channel, we will come around and do a quick run through of everything in the current canopy setup so you can see what we're actually weighing. And if you're a long-term viewer, you'll probably notice there's been a couple of changes to the D-Max over the past 4 weeks. Got a bit of a Frankenstein roof basket up here, which is a bit of a combination of a few elements, but hopefully will give us a bit more storage for those longer trips. And quite a different rooftop tent up there as well, which we'll leave for now and we'll touch on that more in future. We're just kind of going through the testing phase at the moment, going to use it for a few trips and then fill you guys in on it once we know it a bit better. But for now, let's take a look inside this canopy setup and I'll show you guys what we're weighing essentially. So it's a 1650 long canopy by 1800 wide, 860 tall, which is your standard canopy dimensions for a dual cab like this. In on the left hand side here is the kitchen fit out, 85 litre upright fridge freezer combo in the TLX, I think, make this mounting cage, just your standard metal mounting cage for those upright fridges. Got a bit of a kitchen build in the middle here, which is wooden top up there, wooden top here as well. Nice big old kitchen extension with a cooker that comes out the end there as well. This is just to give you guys an idea of how much weight is in the canopy. So this is wood, this is wood, this is wood, but it is on an aluminium frame. So it's got a bit of weight to it, but it's nothing too crazy. Above that kitchen bench these are just those plastic storage drawers, essentially just big plastic tubs that weigh nothing to store your food. And at the very back here is a slide out pantry with a bit of food in there, probably not as full as it'd be if we're heading away for a couple of weeks, but yeah. Moving around to the back of the canopy, got a 20 litre water jerry can here. That is currently full, completely full to the brim. We have a ladder installed on the back of the canopy and also a nice big 33-inch spare wheel, so that's definitely putting a lot of weight on the back there as well. Up top we have a standard hardshell rooftop tent that weighs about 85 kilos from memory. If I'm wrong, I'll put some text on the screen. And moving around to the right hand side, this is kind of just a bit of storage really. So on the left here, nice big old drawer with some camping supplies in there, tent pegs, pots and pans, electrics, hammers, tools and the like. On top of that drawer, just got a fold up camping table, one camping chair, actually two camping chairs, there's a second one at the back here. Got my tire compressor and a 120 amp hour lithium battery in there as well. Also, I forgot to mention, on the other side of the canopy too is just a standard roll out awning, so probably about 10 to 15 kilos I would say for that awning. So that's pretty much all there is to the canopy setup. Now let's jump in the car, head down to the weighbridge and find out how much it weighs as a package.
Hello everybody, I am back as well. We are just almost at the tip now. So that's where our weighbridge is, just putting that context in there.
In case you're wondering what this pile is doing.
We are also multitasking and doing an actual tip run, so taking some junk down to the tip and then we'll put it over the weighbridge after that. So we can have a guess at what it weighs.
Yeah, so we've got a bit of context having weighed the Ranger setup in the past. We're going to have a guess as to what we think the canopy is going to weigh.
Switch, my hand is dying.
So feel free to play along at home if you're wondering what the canopy setup weighs. I'll have a guess first, I suppose. So I'm thinking this setup's a bit more heavy than the old Rangers, even though it's a smaller canopy. We've got the wheel on the back of this one, the ladder, the rooftop tent's a bit heavier, and there's some more stuff inside as well. So my guess is going to be 531 kilos. That's how much I reckon the canopy's going to weigh.
And my guess is 487 because it's a smaller canopy, so it should weigh less.
It's a nice,
even though it's got more stuff in it. But we had a lot of stuff in the Ranger's canopy too, so. But yeah, anyway, stay tuned. We're just rocking up now.
There we go, 2.92. Woo. I just got told I was going too fast. Hey, well
Daniel
done.
got told off for speeding. Well done.
Hey.
Happy face.
So back home again now to remove the canopy setup from the back, and then we're straight back here and onto that weighbridge again.
Yeah.
This is our anti-theft measure on the canopy.
Beautiful. So make sure you hold this in while you lock it. Beautiful. Otherwise, it gets stuck out.
What a beautiful machine, hey?
Look, that thing doesn't die no matter how much I try. Alrighty, there we go again. 2.4.
Alrighty, so results are in. The car with the canopy on the back was 5.92, 2.92 tons, and then with the canopy lifted off, we came in at 2.4
I was
tons.
about to say 4.2 guns.
So Bianca's quick maths tells us that is
520.
520 kilos for that canopy setup. So the scale's only round to the nearest 10 kilos, so we couldn't get as precise as our guesses were.
But mine was, I think, 478. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think, and which would round 480, and Daniel had around 531, so 530. So
530.
He wins.
Yep, that was me just carefully weighing everything I put in the setup.
Lifting the canopy.
So interestingly enough, that's the exact same weight as the old Ford Ranger's canopy, which is actually quite different in dimensions. Different tent, different length, no wheel on the back, so still came out exactly the same weight. So you could probably use that as a pretty, I'd say a pretty solid guide as to what a fully fledged canopy setup is going to weigh.
Yeah, fully built one, yeah.
Yeah. Do keep in mind that was only with 20 litres of water, so if we're heading away for a couple of weeks, we'd bring a bit more water than that.
Yeah, and obviously we didn't have our fridge packed either. I would probably estimate add like an extra 100 kilos on.
So it's actually probably worth touching on GVMs here, which is your gross vehicle mass. So
Sorry
that's
about the squinting, by the way.
Yeah, it's very bright.
Sunlight.
So your GVM is the maximum amount your vehicle can weigh fully loaded, including all your food, your canopy setup, tent, everything.
Gross vehicle mass.
Yep, and your passengers in the vehicle as well. So for the D-Max factory standard, that's 3.1 tons. And you can see we're already kind of getting up around that mark as it is. I do have the Petters GVM upgrade kit installed in the D-Max, which does lift that to 3.45 tons. And that's something I'm really grateful for, because I'm sure like when we put extra water, food in our clothing bags, we'll probably be over that factory GVM as it stands.
In the long run as well, like obviously we're wanting to look at putting a larger like water storage tank, I don't know how to say this.
Yeah, big water tank.
A big water tank in there somewhere, and I know that Daniel's been looking at long range fill tanks as well. Plus
More
I just
bar
thought
work,
of,
side steps.
I was just about to say, I just thought of like side steps, we still haven't got those put on.
Bianca's still jumping into the car.
Oh, I hate it.
So anyway, that's it. That's the way to the canopy setup. Hopefully you guys found that interesting and informative if you're in the process of setting up yours. Do keep an eye on your GVM and make sure you don't exceed that. But we did just also want to pause and give you guys just a massive thank you for literally all your positive comments on the video where I announced that we're going on a break for 4 weeks.
Yeah, thanks to all the like mostly long-term viewers. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. And also a lot of you guys messaged me through Instagram as well, and some people through the website. Just you guys are reaching out every way you could, and it was really appreciated, and it really helped to ease my mind about taking that time and really stepping away. So I did see those, although I wasn't on YouTube for those 4 weeks. As I mentioned to you guys, I forced myself to not check the app, not check the analytics, which is something I normally do 10 times a day. It's just
I think I probably had to sort of sit on his hands quite literally for a little while there until the habit wore off. But no, it's not easy to take a break when it's something that you do every spare moment of your day, and especially when it's something that you're trying to build up to a point that that Daniel is trying to build it up to. So thank you guys for supporting him. A lot of reassurance on my end as well, just to make sure that to reassure that yeah, look, it is okay, and everyone will still be there, and everything will still work. So it's been really good, I think.
Yeah, and now we're back and ready to hit the ground running again. Sometimes you need that time to give yourself a bit of perspective and kind of not be stuck in the daily grind of it all, and get a bit of a bigger picture. And I've made a few just mental changes that I want to, mental changes for the channel in my mind of the way I want to approach things moving forward. But also in that time off, we've planned some awesome trips coming up very soon. So planned our midweek trip up north. Tell them where we're going. We're excited.
Midweek?
Mid-year.
Oh,
Mid-year
yeah.
trip.
I was like, we're going this week?
We're off on Wednesday, guys.
We'll be back on Wednesday. No, so we have planned to go up to around Monkey Mire. I can't remember the name of the place, but Daniel will fill that in. For the end of June, so we're going to go up and explore there.
Yeah, so it's called.
Really Daniel has organised all of it, so I've literally just been like, "Yep, cool, sounds good, do it."
So the basic location is the Francois Perrin National Park. I'm sure a lot of WA locals will know it very well, even some non-locals, because it's quite well renowned. We'll start just outside the national park, around the Steep Point area, to check out the most westerly part of mainland Australia, which we're pretty excited to see, and I've heard there's some amazing fishing, so gonna have to dust off my non-existent fishing skills and give that a go. You guys feel free to judge all you want during that portion. We'll try and document some of it, but then we'll head into the national park. There's a lot of real nice touristy hotspots, as well as some lesser known parts as well. So we're gonna do the whole thing, kind of loop our way around that peninsula, end in Monkey Mire, like Bianca said, because just something we like to do at the end of our longer trips is stay somewhere that has some basic facilities as a way to end our trip of staying in the middle of nowhere, essentially.
Yeah, and to wind down, especially helpful when you're filming as well. It kind of lets us wind down a bit without having to have so much added stress of, I don't know, all the things that you do.
Get started with the editing.
Yeah, right. But no, that should be good. And we also planned a little weekend trip before then, so that'll be in I think, oh God, what week are we in now? 6, 7, 8, 9. So 3 weeks, three and a bit weeks time. So somewhere in that next 3 and a bit weeks time, we're also going to head down south and finish off Daniel's.
What's it called?
Dontricasto.
Yep, heading back down to the Dontricasto National Park to this time do the northern half. So last time I was down there about a month ago. There's a couple of videos on that trip down in the channel somewhere, but gonna do the northern half, so just spend a weekend down that way, exploring what else is there to see.
Probably very wet and windy. We may also meet up with the male version of myself, which sounds very weird, but it's another way of saying my brother. If he's watching, he's probably thinking I'm an idiot. But no, so obviously my family used to camp down there quite a lot, and they continue to do a lot of fishing on those beaches down there, so he knows that area in and out.
So he's going to be our local tour guide if he's still keen to come, so we really appreciate him showing us around.
Force him on camera a bit. I'd love to do a rig rundown of his patrol if he takes it.
He's got a sweet patrol, so
that thing's
definitely
been in our
worth
family
showing
for
off.
A lot of years. But yeah, so that'll be really cool.
Yeah, so other than that, a lot more videos coming your way. A few reviews here and there, some DIY stuff to get the canopy set up ready for our longer trips. It's a never-ending project. There's still some more stuff that I want to get sorted for the trip. Well, I mean, the lights are kind of like duct tape up, so. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we'll catch you guys very soon for the next episode.
Yes, in the meantime, happy camping.
All right, it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Actually, it's not nearly as bad as it used to be.
It used to be?
Ranger.
Blasphemy.